Okay, let's talk about feeding our school-age kids. It can be tricky, right? Well, you've come to the right place. We're going to break down everything you need to know about fueling those kiddos from about age 6 to 12. I mean, it's a question pretty much every parent asks. What does an 8-year-old really need to eat? They're not little toddlers anymore, but they're not quite teenagers yet either. So what's the secret to fueling this really unique in-between stage? Let's dive in and find out. So first up, let's get our bearings. We're talking about those in-between years, right? The period from age 6 to 12. It's often called middle childhood, and believe me, it is such a critical time for transition and just amazing development. I think this really captures the whole vibe of these years. Your kids are becoming so much more independent, aren't they? Their days are just jam-packed with school, homework, and all kinds of activities. I mean, everything from the playground to soccer practice, and all of that, it requires a ton of the right kind of energy. Okay, so how exactly are their bodies growing during all this? Well, unlike those huge growth spurts you see in babies or, teenagers, this phase is all about slow and steady progress. So let's break down what that actually looks like. All right, so on average, you can expect them to grow about 5 to 6 centimeters taller each year. It's this really consistent, gradual increase that honestly adds up to a lot over these 6 years. And right along with that height gain, they're typically putting on about 2 to 3 kilograms a year. Again, the key word here is consistency. It's not about these sudden jumps on the scale. It's all about that predictable, steady growth. I love this way of putting it. This whole growth phase, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's all about building a really strong, healthy foundation for what's to come. Oh, and it's also worth noting that towards the end of this stage, you might even notice girls starting to grow a little faster than boys. So, what does this all mean for what they eat? Well, to support the steady growth in their super active lives, their bodies need some very specific fuel. So, what are the absolute essentials? Okay, so at its core, it really comes down to a balanced diet that covers all the big nutrient groups. Now, if your child is extra active, always running around, they're going to need more energy from good, healthy sources. And hey, a special shout out for iron. It is so, so important, especially for girls, because their bodies are getting ready for those big growth stages that are just around the corner. Wow, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? A hungry child cannot concentrate in school. It really hits home. See, proper nutrition isn't just about growing tall and strong. It is directly linked to their ability to focus, to learn, and to just thrive in the classroom. Brain food, it's a real thing, and it's absolutely crucial for them to do well in school. All right, so knowing what they need to eat is one piece of the puzzle. The next, and maybe even bigger piece, is building the habits that are going to stick with them for life. And the good news? It really just comes down to a few simple but super powerful rules. Okay, here are the big 5. Rule number 1, do not skip breakfast. Seriously, it kickstarts their metabolism and gives their brain that steady energy it needs to get through a long morning of school. Number 2, avoid junk food. I know, it's tough, but it's just full of empty calories that don't help them grow, and it takes up space that could be filled with good, nutrient-packed foods. Third, and this is a big one, eat fruits and vegetables. Make it a non-negotiable. They are packed with all the vitamins and minerals they need to grow and fight off germs. Rule 4, drink plenty of water. Hydration is so important for concentration and energy, especially for those kids who are always on the move. And finally, number 5, maintain dental hygiene. Those permanent teeth are coming in. Teaching them to take care of them now, that's a habit that'll last a lifetime. These rules are truly the foundation. All right, let's talk about a daily challenge every parent knows well, the school lunchbox. So how can we make sure that what we're packing is actually setting them up for success? Well, it really just comes down to 3 simple ideas. Okay, let's break it down. First, obviously, it's got to be nutritious. That's a given. Second, it has to be easy to eat. I mean, kids have such a short time for lunch, right? If they're fumbling with a complicated container, they might not even finish their food. And third, let's be real, it needs to be non-spillable to avoid any of those classic lunchtime disasters. So what does this actually look like when you're packing that lunch? For the main event, think about things like a chapati or a simple sandwich, some cut-up veggies, and a piece of fruit. And for snacks, simple things work best. Maybe a chicky bar or a couple of biscuits for a quick energy boost. So why is this all so important right now? Here's the big picture, you guys. The food they eat during these school years, it's literally building up the reserves their bodies are going to need for that massive growth spurt during the teenage years. What you're doing now is setting the foundation for their future health.
Just remember, the habits they're building today are the absolute foundations for their future. So after hearing all this, think about it. What's one small change you can make this week? Thanks so much for tuning in.